Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the thing that people like to do to try and fool people and guess on what new things could be happening. That's right, we're talking about Pokemon rumours. And yeah, today I'm going to just talk about a few of them, and not necessarily rumours, just points what people are bringing up. So, like armor evolutions, second region, loads of these things. So I just thought to get my thing about it. I'm not going to talk many about rumours just because I know some people dislike people talking about rumours and stuff. And I'm not wanting to give them all attention because, let's be honest, a lot of them are very bad and are clearly just either for a joke or B, yeah. I could also might talk a bit about what makes a good rumour as well. So yeah. Let's start with some of the things that people have been bringing up. So, armor evolutions. This came from I'm sure, a rumour, I think it's called on 4chan or something like that. And it kind of exploded a bit because it got, before the reveal trailer, it got the name of the game right and which place it's been based on. Then though, I'd like to point out, a lot of people have been saying it's based on the UK for quite a while now, so it's not necessarily surprising they got the place right. Then though Sword and Shield is also, people work very close to that theme, so you know it's not completely surprising that they made it up. Could have made it up. However, they're both right, and you know I think it will function well. And they talked about a few things, but a lot of things people got attention on was the armor evolutions. It's a questionable thing. They didn't really explain what it is and stuff, and I did hear one rumour said or a YouTuber say about they could have just put people off the scent. I'll talk a bit about that later in a few minutes, but basically were like not real, but they had real information in it. I don't think that's true. I feel armor evolutions are too much of a bigger thing they would have pointed out. Like, there are some things you can say that to try and make companies go off the scent, but putting something that big is gonna put attention onto it. And yeah, I think that it's possible. It doesn't really say what they are for. Loads of people in other rumours have come up with their own ideas, and I don't know, it could be a very interesting thing. I'd like to just say, when I have heard a few YouTubers and stuff say about it might be because they used it against the Kalos War. That can't be true, because according to the Kalos War history thing, from what I knowledge anyway, is that Mega Evolutions were created because basically they're saying that armor evolutions were to fight Mega Evolutions. However, Mega Evolutions were only created after the ultimate weapon, so armor evolutions just kind of existed before then, and so yeah, it's not surprising that some people thought about that, but I'm surprised that people haven't mentioned that more, that is a big mistake. Because there wouldn't be no use for armor evolutions to combat Mega Evolutions. However, they could have used it in war just to get themselves an advantage. Also, another thing is that about armor evolution is that it seems to have made people very excited. And I don't know, I feel if you're going to make a fake rumour, you really should just not mention it. Because it doesn't seem to, you know, people know about it, so it's kind of making it a bit shifty, because also they know about it, if you know about other rumours, so, I don't know, well, I guess obviously it doesn't mean anything, but, yeah, I don't know, but there is also a problem with these little symbols that is all over the region, including the Japanese logos. It's like a Pokeball split in half, and, yeah, I do feel that it probably has some very important meaning. Of course, it could just be a logo, but considering Mega Evolutions had the X and Y had the Mega line things, the symbol, it's in the logos, and also Sun and Moon had the Z crystals in it. It feels a little bit more important than just that's it. So yeah, I don't know. I feel that it's got something to do with it. However, I'm not sure if it's armor evolutions. Though I don't know. some people think it's just like a temporary evolution. Some things just think it's more of a stat boosting thing. Others feel a bit different. I'd like to just say, I don't know anything about it, but I do feel that if they are going to do a thing, don't worry about if they're going to about changing their types. They're not going to all be made from still types. This is real. I just don't know. I just feel that it's a bit of a questionable thing. But I don't feel that it's real. Simple enough. The armor evolutions, to be fair. Because, okay, I don't know. I just have these slight feelings that they won't go with that route. However, there is a possibility they might. I just feel that I obviously personally prefer not to add any more like things like that. I want them to focus on Mega Evolutions mainly, and maybe some Z Crystal stuff as well. I want them to focus more on it, because it seems that they've just abandoned it a bit more. But, I don't know. I think if Armor Evolutions are done right and not just like a new version of Mega Evolutions, then I think it could be intriguing, but I don't know how they're going to go through it, so yeah. And also do hope that they don't make it as like a new key, not key item, just item that Pokemon can hold, because I'm noticing they're doing that a lot, making it harder to like use other items other than these great items. So I wish they maybe either that or add an evolution slot. So yeah, I do hope for something different than Armored Evolution. To be honest, I would love if it was like Combo Evolution. And I did say, kind of contradicting myself what I said earlier, but you know, this is my opinion. So yeah, but like combo, and when I say combo things, it's like you like merge in double battles, merge the Pokemon type moves together to make a combo move, I guess. So they've done stuff similar to that, but you know, something that is just even more advanced upon that thing. Okay, so I've talked about Armored Evolutions. I did mention something else I wanted to talk about. So okay, the regions. So yeah, Pokemon X and Y and Sword and Shield. I'm sorry, I'm just forgetting things. They said that people have been saying that these are connected. I'd like to just say I don't know if they are connected or not, there's not very much evidence to say that they are connected. Like, okay, they are. Origin is based off England, and Kalos is based off France, and obviously in the real world they're quite close. But I'd like to just say, apart from Kanto and Johto that have very connected, a lot of these regions, even if they are very close, they're not necessarily connected. Like, no one was expecting when Alola was announced to be connected to Unova just because they are both states of America. And okay, they are on the very far away from each other, but that isn't the point. The point is that you didn't expect that. But people seem to think, oh no, this is going to be, they're going to be connected. But no, they have pretty much no connections. In fact, I don't think there were very many Unova Pokemon in Sun and Moon until they made the Ultra games. But yeah, I just think that Kalos and Galar doesn't being based off those countries doesn't mean they're reality going to have any semblance from each other. In fact, to be fair, the Pokemon world does probably have a different map. They have made like different regions where the Pokemon Ranger games have come and stuff, and there's other things. So, you know, there is not really much evidence to say that they're going to be related. So, you know, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be likely to be related. Also, Hoenn and Sinnoh and Kanto and Johto, apart from Kanto and Johto being linked together, the other two regions aren't linked. The only thing that is linked is the routes, because they've all got the carrying on from the numbers, but they from that point, but that they stopped after Pokemon Black and White. But that doesn't mean anything bad. That's the only thing that's connecting them. And also, I know Johto and Sinnoh have the Sinjo ruins, but that's not even in either region. It's just the clip between the regions. So yeah, it doesn't mean anything. So we don't know. And also, they could, like I think other people, and I have said as well, is that people do think it might be connected to Unova because of obviously we are from English people went and invaded America, so and took it off for our own and stuff. And I know people say found America, but we pretty much invaded it because we killed so many locals and stuff. It wasn't very nice. So you see what I mean. It doesn't matter either way, but yeah, basically it was. So basically, Univer and Galar likely to have a connection, and as well. So we don't know for what's going to happen, but we can just hope for the best. Pokemon know what they're doing, and they probably might just do something completely nothing. And I know why people want to go to Kalos. In fact, I would love to go back to Kalos. I'd love to go back to any region, to be honest. And obviously, who doesn't want to go back to a new region? But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So yeah, but I just don't think that if people are saying that we're going to go back to Kalos, it's not necessarily it's going to have any link to Kalos at all. To be fair, but basically, let's talk about other things that people have brought up. Like people mentioned like more open world areas and stuff, and that's possible. I don't know. I've heard people mention time travel, and that actually I love the idea of. One thing about Endgame that I have slightly questioned is that time travel doesn't make much sense. However, that doesn't mean I dislike the idea of time travel, and if it means I can go and explore go back in time in the Pokemon world, or even in the future, it will just be another thing. And it also, I don't know if it will exactly double the map, but it will definitely add new and more areas to explore and stuff, because it has done it. And Pokemon have introduced time travel before in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver, when you could go back and find out about Silver and Giovanni's relationship because they're father and son. Spoilers! And then the event isn't available anymore. But, you know, it's definitely... I do think it is definitely a possibility, time travel. And other people have said going to space, but then I just think it's probably quite similar to Ultra Wormholes and stuff. Because also, we don't know about Ultra Beasts and Ultra Wormholes. We don't know if they're going to focus that more on again, because obviously they like to move on from this older stuff to newer things, but we don't know for certain. Game Freak haven't been known to keep things like in order and stuff and make sense, so we'll see. But I do want them to do stuff with the ideas and older ideas and stuff. Okay, so yeah, what other things have people mentioned? People obviously mentioned that the game looks better than it actually looks in the trailer, and honestly, I think that we don't know. I feel it's a bit hard to say, and I've also heard people's rumours say about moving cameras, but we don't, again, know if there's going to be a moving camera. But there is evidence to say there is, there's evidence to say there isn't, so I'm hoping there will be a camera, like a whole 360 camera, and a lot of games have proven that any age can do that. It might, because obviously that was one of the worries with, I think, Super Mario Odyssey, but they were more reassured with Minecraft. So, obviously that is the case. However, it does involve more work with Pokemon, so, because obviously they would have to do more areas, obviously, because you can't see one side. But, yeah, I hope for the best that they can do it, and maybe I would like them maybe just to do a camera thing, like you can choose which way round you have it, like just them putting an automatic camera, or you to be able to do that. Also, I like a difficulty mode change, but yeah, yeah, there are obviously, I feel some people are ruling out very quickly about some things, and that is Galar forms, if there are going to be any, and some people have said no, some people have said yes, some people said maybe. I would love it, and I think Pokemon have noticed that in Generation 7, that is one of the more popular things, and it's not like something that they have to explain, like Mega Evolution. They have to have this massive lore around it and stuff. Well, Galar forms don't need anything like that. They just need to be redesigned, and so it's easier for them to do stuff like that. So it would seem silly for them not to do it, and it was very popular. So I feel that, you know, they don't need any explanation, they just need to put them in, and yeah, so I hope for the best, and I'm hoping they would, if they will, do other regions, maybe Johto, because I think they're like, their anniversary will probably be coming up soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but it can't be too much longer, so, well, I guess it might be this year, actually, I'm not sure. Oh well, let's move on from that part, so, you know, we talked about that. Also, Mega Evolutions people mentioned. I have a less feeling that they're going to do much about Mega Evolutions myself, but people do think the Mega Evolutions are going to return. I don't know why, but I love them to return. So, yeah, I think X and Y remakes are going to probably be the most likely when they're going to return. So, yeah, that's really much I have to say about that. But also I want to was going to mention about, like, rumours and why they, how you should know if they're, like, more realistic and stuff. Okay, I felt something that a good rumour is, something that like, some things that people have said, like, maybe you could put a specific amount of Pokemon and stuff, and also they do, like, their stories, and it doesn't need to have a story, so, but things do, people like to put their story on why they might know. I don't think it's necessarily, and if they go very, very ridiculous, it seems like it's your mother's father's cousin, girlfriend's brother's ex. It seems like it's going to be unlikely, just to spell it that way. Also, you do need to notice, like, stories that sometimes they talk about, like, they're like a designer or a translator. Like, why would you know about, like, if you have a translator, for example, why would you know what, how many Pokemon there are? And, okay, you might say, well, you translated them all, so you might know how many Pokemon are. But remember, there's going to be a lot of translators. You're not going to translate all the Pokemon's name and stuff. They also would want to make it more varied, so then people won't realise how many there are. So, it's stuff. And also, if they're going to start talking about, like, the Pokemon, or if they're going to, I don't know, if they're a graphic designer and then they start talking about the story, then it doesn't make sense. They wouldn't know this information, and I'm sure Pokemon are quite secretive about these things to make sure these things don't get leaked. So, you know, you do need to watch out for that. But I think a good rumour is some things that other people said, but not everything as everything says. Add a few new things, and that maybe is a good rumour, in my opinion. Ones that say, well, it's too outlandish, like, we're going to go to every other region, and we're going to be able to eat food or Pokemon or something random like that. It seems a bit, it's going to be a no-no, but, you know, if there's going to be something that's, like, a little bit, basically, just something a bit similar to, like, out there, but not, like, a fifth move or something random like that. I don't think I'm going to go with a fifth move, but allow you to have a fifth move, but, you know, just something random like that will you can definitely see what I mean, I think. So, yeah, I do hope for stuff like that. And also, another thing is, I know that some people don't look at rumours and stuff, and that's fine, I don't blame you. Too many, but, just remember, some of them can be true, so, you know, I feel even though rumours, you should never take as anything as fact from rumours. In fact, even when people are proven, like, even when the Let's Go rumours, for example, they were real, but we didn't, obviously, and there were proof to say they were real, however, we didn't know for certain if they were real, at all, so we would never say that anything's certain until we've been officially announced, okay? That's the only time we know we're certain. And even on April Fool's Day, I would say not on April Fool's Day and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, other things I'd like to just mention is also, another thing I was going to go back to was, obviously, when you hear rumours and stuff, sometimes they don't necessarily always are right, but that doesn't mean they're not real as well. Because I remember when the Let's Go rumour came up, and they did mention a lot of things were right. Like, even that they mentioned the title, they mentioned it was a remake to Kanto, they mentioned that Red and Blue were coming back, but they're not the main characters. They mentioned that you were a different character. They mentioned most of the things were right. There were I think one or two things that were wrong, but I definitely know one of them anyway. I've forgotten what the other one was, and one of them was about the online mode. They didn't even seem very certain. So obviously, there could have been two reasons for this. A, and probably the more likelier one, is that they changed the idea and stuff through time and stuff, and you know that does happen. Like, I know in the Sun and Moon rumours, they had a water Arcanine, and that never for Alolan form, and that never came true. However, it was revealed later on that they were going to have a water type Arcanine, but it was scrapped for some other reason. So that's not to say that some rumours, things do change outside of the rumours' control. So obviously they might not have been aware that had been changed, so they didn't bother changing it. Also, and so yeah, it's very possible that could have been happened. Also, the second thing is to say that you don't necessarily, rumours don't always say everything that's real. Like, they're gonna trying to do these things to put you off the mark, not because they want to put you off the mark, more they want to put Game Freak off the mark, so, because they don't want them to know that they're leaking anything. So, yeah, like the Let's Go rumour, the one way they've done it, obviously could have been the, battle, things, online competitive battle, because they had like a battle room or something like that, and that obviously didn't happen, and it would have been probably a lot better, because the online training and trading and battling isn't very good. So yeah, but obviously they could have just tried to be doing that just to put Game Freak off the mark, because if Game Freak knew they could and found out who it was, they could have obviously fired them, possibly get them into a lot of trouble. Like, they could have even, I think they could have possibly like arrested them or something weird like that. I don't know, don't take my word for that. I don't know the law that well, but yes, it is obviously quite, they have to be very cautious about Game Freak not knowing. Also, so that's one way they can do it. So obviously putting on April the 1st. However, Game Freak are probably going to be checking now to make sure there aren't any rumours that are coming out on April the 1st. But also, the other times, like Pokemon Sun and Moon, like the Chinese, I think it was the Chinese Riddler, he obviously didn't officially say anything. He only did riddles and stuff to kind of put people off, try and make people work it out. And actually, that was quite a lot of fun in some ways. And, you know, Game Freak have proven a lot of times that, yeah, that they obviously, it doesn't, like, they don't get into too much trouble about it, because obviously they don't know exactly who it is, but it also gives people information, but it's not being obvious. So, you know, they don't get probably as much in trouble or stuff, it's more hinting. And Masuda does that a lot. So, I'm sorry if you hear engines, but, as well, but obviously with permission, not this, because he's obviously quite high up in the Game Freak, offices and stuff, but, and they do also put little fake information, like, they could put, like, all this real information in, but they could put, like, Squirtle, has now a new super ultra form that defeats any Pokemon with a snap, like Thanos. Yeah, basically, it could be something like that, just to try and throw Game Freak off and not to put too much attention on their thing, even though they have mostly real information. So yeah, I think I've described about rumours a bit and stuff, and I don't know, what do you think about also the Armoured Evolution rumour? I like to know, because I don't feel it's real. I feel it could have been just based upon luck. There is a bit of, I wouldn't be surprised if they were real, and there were obviously other things that were wrong and real and stuff, and so I'd like them to be real, but I also don't think you could be saying about talking, that was the one thing I was going to say, I feel that revolutions are just, if if this rumour is real, then it's going to have to be, there's going to be armoured evolutions, because they're not going to put something that obvious on, because they think they'll do something a little less. If they're going to do something like that, they're going to do something not as, like, big as a potential for it. I hope the Game Freak will shuffle things around if they do armoured evolutions. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. This is a bit of a different video. I recommend probably actually listening to it with some headphones, but actually I don't know why I'm telling you this now. Because you could do, because obviously this isn't the end of the video, but, yeah. Thank you for watching, or listening, and I hope you enjoyed it, and